In yesterday's video, I played a Greybough Lucentbark Druid, and I mentioned that there were some improvements to be made to that deck. And this list right here is the improved version. So I cut Lucentbark because it's just a bad card, and added some stuff that's better standalone. I added a Goru the Might Tree because I'm playing so many Treants, and a second copy of Runic Carvings to go with the Goru. We've got a Ysera Unleashed for some top-end value for the deck. And then on the lower end of things, I added 2 copies of Fair Arborist, a little bit of card draw that the deck was missing, and it's also, Treants that are good with Aeroponics and Goru the Might Tree. And then finally I added 2 copies of Horrendous Growth, because most of the cards in the deck cost more than 2, and you can make Horrendous Growth like a 7/7 or an 8/8 pretty easily, and then that's pretty good with Ironbark or Tree Enforcements or Germination. Basically all the spells that are good with like Underbelly Ooze and Moonfang are also pretty good with Horrendous Growth. So yeah, with these changes, I was able to push the win rate all the way up to 40%. So yeah, it's still not very good. But man, yesterday's deck was even worse. I don't even want to play the rogue matchup, but I have a pretty good hand, so I guess I will. Greybough is very nice.
Here for a chat.
Let's go ahead and see if we can start contesting the opponent's board. The opponent didn't attack with their minions, so they're probably playing 3-mana 3/3 draw 2. Unfortunate for the opponent that their turn has to be so unimpressive, but, sometimes you have to settle for Arcane Intellect with a 3/3 body. Well, let's gain some mana. I think I'm usually playing Greybough next turn, even though it's quite likely to just die.
Home in the shadows.
Alright, let's go Lunar Eclipse and guess the weight. Should be more than Ironbark. Unfortunate. Well, next turn I have Underbelly Ooze plus Ironbark, which is pretty good. My opponent just passed on 5 mana. Seems like a pretty sappy hand. I feel like there's no possible combination of cards my opponent could have that makes it correct to pass on turn 5. But what do I know? Alright, Ooze is pretty good here, I guess. Let's go, Greybough. It's really hard to fully clear these here. Alright. I do still have one Greybough in play here. Ooze seems really strong. As long as I drew a minion here, I was pretty happy. But I do think Faire Arborist was probably the best draw. Because I could have copied the Greybough and played that, but whatever. Looks like I might just die through my Greybough. That's fun. I think I'm definitely germinating this thing. But with 2 Pinflingers in my opponent's hand, I'm not safe doing that. Put my opponent to 7, so having two of these oozes in play is fine. I don't know if 4 2/2s are worth missing a hero power. At 12, my opponent goes like Pinflinger, Pinflinger, Eviscerate, double Pinflinger. That's 6 mana, deals 8. So hero powering plays around like Secret Passage, Sinister Strike, Eviscerate, and no prep. Yeah, I don't really think the 2/2s do much for me, so let's just guess the weight here. Should be more. Vectus is not better than Germination. Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
Class is in session.
I think Guess the Weight's a keeper. What if I just play a turn 4 Underbelly Ooze? Is that good against Hunter? Probably not. Maybe I keep Bloom either way, though. Early Arbor Up or Greybough or Moonfang, any of that could be good. Early Runic Carvings. There's the Greybough. Probably don't want to play Greybough next turn because there's nothing for the Death Rattle to land on. But I guess it could depend on what I draw here. Let's just go ahead and guess the weight here. Should be more usually. Unfortunate. So, I guess let's just guess again. Should be more. Not more. Alright. Well, next turn I can coin out one of my 5s, probably Arbor Up. Not Pressure Plate, thankfully. I kind of want that to die, but probably want to play Greybough more than I want to kill it. I don't know, Greybough is kind of sketchy because the opponent just kills it, and then like I can't really attack with the Treant because of Freezing Trap. If I bloom out Runic Carvings and give them Rush, I'm on 2 mana next turn. That's pretty not acceptable, I would say. Let's just play Greybough. I guess I can use the Runic Carvings next turn to check for freeze. I'm not sure what attack I wanted there. Probably wanted that thing to go into Greybough.
Your wish. This is my suggestion.
So Zeph probably gives him a silence here. That would be annoying.
I let the dogs out.
Houndmaster. Alright, so my Greybough gets to stick around for a bit, it looks like. Seems like an interesting attack.
Tree.
Lunar Eclipse is a very nice draw here, I would say. Sure. I guess I just trade Greybough here, right? Whichever one it lands on, I can trade off again.
Tree.
Sands of time run low.
I could trade both of these off and then ramp out a Horrendous Growth. Leaves me on 3 mana next turn. I think I don't want to be overloaded for that much, but maybe it would have been fine.
You have to read this.
Does this have Rush? It does not. So I can't play around another freeze here. Other than just leaving this in play. Maybe I germinate this actually. This one does have Rush.
So many.
Alright, I think I have some good stuff I can do here. Let's go ahead and start with this. Then we're gonna buff this. We're gonna copy it. We can now play Aeroponics for 0. I'm overloaded for 2 next turn, which leaves me with 6 mana. Probably just want to play this here.
Sands of time run low.
Okay, it was freeze. I didn't have to make that attack. But Voracious Reader's pretty scary.
Nothing but a bunch of big birds.
You here for the tour?
The more I think about things, the more I think having a Greybough in play was better than denying my opponent a couple cards. This secret is also from Renling's Rifle, so it could be anything. I mean, I guess if one of these is getting frozen, I want it to be the 7/7.
Tree.
There's no way I play Overgrowth when I'm on 8. Hero Power or make a 2/2.
Sands of time run low.
I think I have enough health that I can make a 2/2. So it seems like the front runner for this secret is probably Explosive Trap. This Treant does not have Rush. So I'd probably rather just copy the Greybough itself. Or maybe I even just copy Moonfang here. I guess I can play Moonfang and then there's a 50-50 that it gets Greybough anyway. But then I'm leaving up 2 1/1s into a Moonfang anyway, that's kind of ugly.
Stand the time, Ron.
Oh wait, I couldn't land the Death Rattle on the Moonfang this turn anyway, I was very confused about what was happening. I don't know. Hero powering a 1/1 was pretty good here. That secret is from my opponent's deck, and I'm pretty sure it's not explosive, so I think that actually has a very good chance of being pressure plate. I know it's not freeze though, so pack tactics, sure.
Find me wherever the action is. Out of my woods.
Let's see if we can start killing the opponent. I think Goru is good enough that I can just throw it down and ignore these little... what is that card that makes like the teapot and the candle? That's what my opponent's board is right now.
Let me work my magic.
I'm just showing 19 here, so my opponent's last card needs to be... Well, I guess they can kill a Greybough here. Nice.
Elise versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Class is in session.
Really just want to be hitting Overgrowth in the opener. The Fair Arborists are okay. I guess if I Arborist on 3, make a Treant, and then make another one on turn 4, I can actually Aeroponics that turn. That's probably the line I'll go for. Well, just chilling on turn 2.
With a cherry on top.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like pretty good odds that my Treant's not surviving the turn.
A whirlwind flavor. A whirlwind flavor.
Oh, face attacks. Well, Overgrowth is a very confusing draw. I guess it's not too confusing. You play Overgrowth when you have it on turn 4. I think the spell damage is a little bit scary. Unfortunately, by playing Lunar Eclipse there, I didn't actually get to corrupt my Fair Arborist. But, it's probably still fine next turn.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Oh, it says explode.
Something was targeted at my face. How rude. So I can use Germination to upgrade the Fair Arborist. And if I germinate my Treant, I can also play Aeroponics. I think I like it. I could also use the tempo right now.
Drink up, my children.
Just a sip.
Pretty low impact germination, but it did what I needed it to.
You get burned. Turn it up.
Wow, hell of a spread. I think that was good for me. Now, this hand, on the other hand, is not good for me. It's quite bad. But let's see if I can guess something good. Yeah, Ironbark is probably good enough. I'm on 7 mana next turn. Let's just do this, and we'll save Ironbark for the second ooze, I guess. Maybe this one baits Devolving Missiles. Devolving Missiles is really freaking good against this deck.
Get burned.
What are you doing? Read the card. Yeah, that's pretty concede worthy right there.